what we did is
Wait, I gotta do the intro, man.
Oh, sorry.
Every week is a new week. It's a brand new.
Gotta start over.
Hey, welcome back. It's episode. Fuck me. It's episode 47 from Krasden. Yay! We're calling this one the Crucible of Captain Dorme. It's very clever, if I don't say so myself. So why don't we? Well, Ori was jumping the gun there a bit. Ori, why don't you tell us what happened last week? Okay.
Oh, the stuff with we went and we got our new friend-ish, Lenley Hurst, Captain Lenley Hurst, who's that guy with the ginger chopster A. Arthur going on there with the pipe. Yeah, that gentleman. We rescued him, and in exchange for his safety and whatnot, and getting him out of a hairy situation, he was gonna testify against his friend, who was also a scumbag, Duncan's father, Captain Dorme. And we commandeered a boat. It became ours. All the people who owned it either jumped overboard or were dead. Anyway, we took that boat back to Krasden with him in tow, and we had him have a nice night stay at the constabulary. Am I saying that right? Whatever, the jail. So we kept him there overnight. Bagby went and sent some letters. Of course, we had to once again wake up our friend in the middle of the night. And after that, everything was getting set up the next morning. Jacobs and Councilwoman Jacobs and a couple of guards went out and collected the good bad captain. And there was it seemed like there was gonna be a little bit of a kerfuffle there. There was rising tensions, and well, Crucible was there on the scene, and Crucible and I think showed up and tried to kind of de-escalate the situation, and in the end, his posse, some of them seemed like they maybe weren't like totally on his side, like maybe he's just been bullying them for a really long time, and we put the pressure on enough that Captain Dorme agreed to go to his trial and followed along with Councilwoman Jacobs. And now we are all set for maybe the trial's about to begin, but there are some things we need to collect first.
Right.
Did I get it? Did I?
Got it.
Okay.
All right.
Kind of spaced out in the middle, forgot what I was talking about.
I assume most people with your accent have that happen to them on a regular basis. So that leads us to where we are. It's about an hour till the trial starts. They're just trying to get everybody in the doors. Again, like I said last week, not a lot of trials happen here, right? People are often, when people are taken in by the constable, such as Crucible, they are taken in for minor infractions, drunken, disorderly, maybe a little bit of theft, fighting. Very rarely is there something as serious as murder brought up. When this happens, it is a townwide event. Basically, everything shuts down, and it's treated as a public event.
Oh, a murder trial. That sounds real serious.
Just get here, bud. The
Yeah, how are you?
maybe smoke less. The so Crucible. You have about an hour. You're not in the main council chambers. You were off to the side. You've just spoken with Lenley, I believe, is what happened. And you checked on Dorme to make sure he was still there, and he was.
I speak with my team of deputies, and I do not have their names with me. They're in my old book.
I can find him real quick for you.
Not
I was gonna
sure
have the
that-
twins still be
surviving two
alive.
deputies.
No,
Yeah.
we never said if any of them had actually died, but I had deputized quite a few.
If I remember right, I
Kane
think Mike
and-
said that two of them were still alive.
Kane
after
and
the-
Drake Fletcher, the twins, are still alive.
There's that new guy as well.
Oh yeah, the dwarf.
Yeah, you have the dwarf as well.
All right.
They
Um,
can't remember his name.
I
either.
pull them away outside because
O'Rourke.
I do not want
I've got
Or-
that somewhere.
our captive,
Captive. Yeah.
captive overhearing what I'm going to tell them to do.
Okay.
O'Rourke Ironside.
Yes.
His name.
Yes. I got rid of that picture.
I do not want Errol to hear what I'm going to tell them to do.
Okay.
So, how many people do I have? 3?
Yes.
I take 2 of them and I instruct them to each find 4 people whom they can trust. 1 to go to the boat, to Errol's boat, and to search it. And 1 to Errol's house to search that.
Okay.
I don't care what they do to either of those things, but to do a full search as quickly as they can. I
What-
tell the team going to the house to specifically look for a net
Okay.
because that was a promised item to somebody. Well, it was a
A promise was made.
promised item. A promise was made, but not a promise necessarily to get him the net.
Aye.
But they are to look for anything out of the ordinary, anything that would help with the case. The third, I instruct to keep his eyes on Errol until he is needed, until he is called to court.
Okay.
Next.
Whatever you think is the most important thing, I would send O'Rourke to. Just as a
Aye.
Say that again.
O'Rourke, the dwarf guard that you got from the. Am I quiet again? I feel like I'm quiet again.
It may just be me.
I hear you fine.
Okay. O'Rourke, the dwarf guard from the Underdark, he's the most capable, and you would be aware of that.
I would send him
instantaneously.
to the house. I believe that's probably where.
Okay. Sounds good. And what were you having them look at in the boat specifically?
Anything.
Anything? Okay.
Specifically, captain's quarters.
Okay.
I don't
Sounds
think they would
good.
necessarily find anything else anywhere else in the boat,
Okay.
but just looking for anything that might be a clue out of the ordinary. Anything like that. Next, I seek out Duncan.
All right. You can find a Duncan.
Wild Duncan.
Actually, if I could find the 3 of these guys, that would be
He's water type.
the most expedient.
I would use electric powers.
'Cause I can't remember if you guys were all together.
I believe I said I was kind of just hanging outside the courthouse, making sure nobody caused any trouble.
Yeah,
the
you were-
last thing I did was I was outside the courthouse and I made fast friends, so to speak, with some of the individuals waiting out there, and they decided they didn't need to hang out there anymore.
Aye.
And Duncan, you're located where?
Well, last thing I did was actually tell you that Madame might have a journal on him, according to Hurst. Might have the journal right
So
on him.
essentially, we're together then already.
Aye, probably right there. With
You two are together, yes.
All right.
And then
Duncan,
Ori
if
and
you-
Joe are outside.
If you would follow me, please.
Aye.
We go in search of Joe and of Ori, so heading towards the court.
They're right outside. Joe's mad dogging some of Dorm's more loyal fisher.
Duncan, I have a couple questions about your stepmother.
Aye. I'll do what I can. But by that point, I wasn't in the house anymore. But I'll tell you what I can.
Well, but you did have a conversation with her. Is that correct?
Aye.
And in that conversation, at any point did she seem like she would be willing to testify?
You know, we didn't talk about that so much. And I must tell you that I promised her that I wouldn't involve her in any of these. And I think that's the only reason she opened up to me.
I understand.
But she's a good woman, though. And if you needed her, she'd probably come.
I mean, she is in Fort Yarma, which is nearly a full day's sail north.
Aye.
So, unless you have teleportation available to you.
Oh, please, no.
Ori, where's your dad?
No, not again.
Instead of bringing her here, I know you said that you promised that she wouldn't need to be involved, but do you think she would supply any type of sworn testimony? Written?
Probably more likely to get that from her than to have her show up here. I mean, she couldn't say, precisely for sure that, that it did happen.
Right.
She wasn't a witness to it.
No, that she had kind of looking at her as kind of a character witness.
Aye. That she could most certainly be.
Because if we can't get something from her, Duncan, I'm going to have to bring you up.
Aye.
I'm going to have you speak.
Aye. Understand that.
All right. Because we don't have a lot of witnesses. We've got Mr. Yeats there, and I can only trust him about as far as I can throw him.
Aye. What do you
I
think
have no idea what he's going to say on that witness stand.
We don't, do we? What do you think we would work best from the stepmom then?
Just describing your conversation with her and what she had said to you.
Does it have to be in her pen?
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'll have to see if I can figure out a way to get that quickly.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, if we can track down Ori, if we can figure out something with Norm.
Right.
If we can get that magical desk that we're always talking about.
Right, we could get something to her, but how could we get something back
Right.
quickly? That's the hard part.
So let's check with the Joe and Ori and see what we can come up with.
Right.
You find them outside, out front of the council building.
There they are, out front, outside.
If you repeated what I said, I was going to jump through the internet and corkscrew your fucking neck.
Hey
So, well,
guys.
guys,
Oh, hey there. How are you, Norm?
well, quite frankly, I wish I had a little bit more time, but we don't.
Uh-huh.
Something that we desperately need is a written testimony from Duncan's stepmom, from Alana,
Aye.
and trying to figure out how to get that here in under an hour. One, getting word to her, and two, getting word back, giving her enough time to even write something out other than, I think he did it.
Oh my, that puts us in an awful pickle, doesn't it? Jeez. I mean, like, that there's the magic desk and whatnot, and I hear if Bagby stamps that thing, it can come right back. I mean, that's assuming that she would, of course, want to reply.
Is that how it works, Mike?
Kinda, yeah. Yeah, it's capable of being sent back if it's resealed. If it is stamped.
Well, let's do that then.
Seems like a plan to me. I think Bagby was at the Mara,
She was.
so we can go
I'll go
ask
now.
her.
I've already left, headed back to the Mara.
Okay. Joe and Nora, I got to let you know I've got two groups spread out. One's checking out Errol's boat, captain's quarters, just trying to find anything out of the ordinary. I've got another one sent over to his house. Again, looking for something out of the ordinary. I know we searched it once, didn't really find a whole hell of a lot over there. But there is something that we need to get from that house. Yeats seems to think that if he tells the truth on the stand, he'll get a special net.
What are you calling him?
That, what?
Yeet?
Isn't that what it was?
No, it's Lenley Hurst.
Hurst. I was thinking it was Yeats.
No.
It's a different person, I think.
Well, I thought you were making a joke earlier when you said Mr. Yeet over there. I don't trust him as far as I could throw
Oh, no.
him. I'm
I
like,
thought as well.
I thought it was just a good joke.
I got to change that in my notes. Okay.
Well, Crucible, I'd offer to help your guards, but I don't think that would be. I don't think that would look very legal. You get what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah, you know what,
I'm the dog catcher here, but I'm not.
Joe? I've got some other.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I'll help out however I can.
No, well, you're still part of the legal, part of the, for lack of a better term, constabulary here in Krasden, and there's no reason I couldn't even deputize you here right on the spot.
Okay. Do I get a little star?
It's a little tin star.
Okay.
Directly above your ass crack.
In strange placement, but okay.
But when we go into court, I want you to serve as the person standing over Errol.
Okay.
I need you to search him thoroughly and remove anything on him, regardless of how inconsequential it may seem. We are specifically looking for a journal that he is said to keep with him at all times.
You want me to do this in the court?
We need to do it prior to taking him over.
Okay.
I need it to be a surprise, something that he's not suspecting.
Okay. When do you want me to do this?
When we go over to bring him to the court. So this is going to be in about 50 minutes.
Okay.
All right?
Sounds good.
Now, there's another thing I'm going to ask you to do. We need to make sure that this guy's telling the truth. Two things. As much as possible.
Okay.
What do you have in your bag of tricks?
I've got a way. I don't know how to describe it. It's sort of an aura, I guess, that I can do that makes you unable to lie. You can choose to not speak, but yeah, at least you can't lie without me being unaware of it.
So he can not lie, but he can also not answer or
Right.
evade the question.
It's the sort of thing where how do I describe it? You sort of feel like a wave wash over you if you're the subject of it.
So he's
And,
very aware
yeah.
that it's happening.
They're aware of it, but they assuming the spell works, which, by the way, like any spell, can be resisted by the target. But assuming it works, they can't lie.
So
they
then
just can choose to not speak.
Right.
And I'm aware of whether or not the spell works. If that makes any sense.
That makes complete sense. So
I mean, if
You're not.
they say something. Oh,
Sorry, I thought you were there. Duncan was the one who left. You're fine.
Well, so like if they said something that you felt like it was kind of suspect, you could always cast the spell, re-ask the question, and if they answered honestly, they would repeat the same thing. But if they refused to answer because they knew they had to lie,
it lasts about 10 minutes.
Okay.
But the thing is, I can only do it twice a day.
Right. And even if they choose to evade or not answer, they can continue to evade and not answer.
Right.
Regardless of how many times I ask the question.
Right.
So should they be able to do that, I need to have a backup way to get him to admit what had happened. So that's why it's so important I get that journal off of him. If we can establish that what is written in that journal is his gospel, and have him read the very words of what happened to Lillian, then there's no reason for people to not believe that that is truth.
Do you want me to use that spell at the beginning, or do you want me to wait as a backup plan?
Wait until he is on the witness stand.
Okay. And then if I get that journal, do you want me to get it to you as soon as I can then, basically?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You can just dump all of the contents from him into a bag and bring the whole thing.
Okay. I assume he keeps his clothes. You did
Yes.
say take everything, no matter
Everything
how.
off of his person except his clothes. He can wear his clothes.
Okay.
Guy's a douchebag, but give him some decency.
I want him to show up to court with nothing but one dagger sticking out of his ass.
I will actually go back to my house then. Are we done, Crucible? I don't want to leave.
Yeah, no, we're done.
I will go back to my house, and I want to go get my nice coat that I got in Krasden.
You've been promoted, buddy. You're no longer the dog catcher.
Well, I think I kind of gave that up anyway, to be honest.
You weren't a very good dog catcher.
I mean, I was more. I more just talked to him.
Okay. So, Duncan, you go to...
Right. I go to the Mara
Yes.
and I burst in the door. Right.
Uh-huh.
Where's Bagby?
I'm up here, Crucible. I don't know how to do a fucking Bagby voice.
Oi! I'm up here, I am!
No, it's me, your best
I'm up
friend,
here.
Duncan. I head upstairs and I ask her to let me write a letter and to stamp it so that my stepmom can send it back to me real quick.
Okay.
And I put in the letter, I say, Dear Alana, I know I told you that I wouldn't make you part of this, but if you choose to, it would really help if you'd write a letter describing my dad and what a cunt he is and what part he may have played in the death of my mom, as far as you know.
You might also want to explain how the thing works.
I was getting there. Once you wrote the letter, put it back into this and reseal it, and it'll pop back to me right away. So it'll only take a bit of time. Thank you. I love you. You're always very nice to me. Duncan.
Oh.
And then I give it back
Okay.
to Bagby.
No, are you going to wait there for the return letter?
Aye.
Okay.
I got one job today. One. This job right here. That and a prayer before the trial starts.
No, not now. Okay.
I do have a question for the
When the
GM.
trial starts, just before.
Okay. Yes.
What is Jacob's role in the proceedings?
Because she is head council person, she is she is basically a ringmaster. She'll tell people when they can speak and when they can't speak. She'll do the back and forth and do her best to stay unbiased.
Is there like a clerk?
No.
Okay.
There'll be another member of the council that will be taking very specific notes the entire time, but that'll be about it. And it's not because they're adhering to any specific laws from Medina Guard or anything like this. It's just if this shit falls back on them, they need to have proof that they tried.
Well, from my stance, I wait.
Is there a judge in the traditional sense?
No, it's the 3 council members and then 2 prominent members of the town.
Okay.
Okay.
Like a tribunal.
Yeah. The hour passes. The net is found and brought to you. The only reason that they said there was a bunch of nets in there, but they chose to bring this one to you because it was shiny. And they couldn't figure out how a net was shiny.
I tell them to keep that in a bag and out of sight.
Okay.
And
I would
thank them for their service and for doing that.
Then he kills them.
and he said the hour passed, but I would want to search Errol before the hour finished up.
Okay, well, he's over at the jail.
Yep. So I when I finished that conversation with Crucible, I went back to my house, grabbed a coat, and then went back to the jail.
Actually, he wouldn't be over. He would be in another part of the council chambers. He would be in another part of the council building. Not the actual council chambers. He'd be in another part of the building somewhere.
Okay. So I'd go. Who's guarding him? Is anyone, or is he just kind of?
There'd probably be a couple of people told to just. I would be surprised if Jacobs herself wasn't standing directly outside that door.
Okay. Hi, Josiah.
Snookums.
Told you not to call me that when there are people around. Anyway. So Crucible deputized me for this and asked me to search him and take anything that might be of interest.
You want help putting him in a chokehold?
Hopefully that won't be necessary, but if you would come in with me, I'd appreciate the backup, yeah.
Fine.
Oh, look, a butterfly.
I assume I see Joe come in, and I cross to him and I ask him what he found. I'm searching.
Well, he hasn't done it yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He hasn't done it yet.
right.
Roll perception upon entering the room.
Good. I am good at that.
So is Jacobs.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's weird. My Chrome just crashed. Sorry, it shouldn't take me long to boot it back up again. All right. Perception. Hey, 15. Not too bad.
You see, the fuck's his name? Errol. You see Errol stand up. It looked like he was bent over on the other side of the room. You see him stand up and turn toward you as you enter.
Hello, Errol. Before we get started on the trial, I've been asked by Crucible to take all your possessions off of you. That's going to be everything except your shirt, pants, and your underclothes. And I'll check your boots, hand them back to you once that's done. And I have a jacket for you here to wear during the trial.
How long you had the dog catcher doing your business? He does as you ask.
I assume that was addressed at
Jacobs.
Messiah?
Yeah. She refuses to answer. He does as you ask. He takes off his sword belt, of which he has no weapon. Empties his pocket, shows you he empties them, takes off his boots, gives them to you.
Okay, I'll check the boots, look for hollow bottoms, like hollow heels, anything like that. Hand them back to him if they look okay.
Okay, roll investigation.
Okay. Another one I'm good. Wow, I'm getting decent rolls. Flat 17. No bonus.
Yeah, no, the regular boots pretty worn, but there is no hollowed anything. Okay. There is like a kind of hidey hole for money, which there is a little bit of gold hidden in.
Okay, I take it out, show it to him, put it back in, hand him back the boot. Not interested in taking his gold. I would do a quick pat down. I'm not gonna try to feel the guy up or anything, but I want to make sure he doesn't have like something strapped to his leg or something like that. Yeah, squeeze the balls a little.
You actually do find a dagger strapped underneath his pants.
Okay.
On his right calf.
I would ask him to take the dagger off.
Oh, sorry, forgot. Takes it off.
It's all right. No fishermen have plenty of knives.
Nasty looking fish gutter knife too.
I would. So he gave me his coat. Yes.
Yes.
Doesn't have any bags. Doesn't have anywhere that looks like he could be holding something.
Every pocket is full except for his left breast. And none of them have a journal.
Okay. All right. I feel like I've done as much as Joe would be aware of. So I would hand him my nice Krasden jacket. Let him know I would like it back after the trial, regardless how it goes.
Dog catchers are getting paid well these days. Good for you, little Jojo.
As I tower over him, I don't respond to that though, I would gather up his shit into a sack that I totally had with me, and and I would say, all right, let's head over to the chambers.
Okay. You take him over. He doesn't resist. It's
And
just down a
Crucible,
hallway.
I assume would meet up with me at some point before the trial starts. Now?
As you're leading him into the council chambers, Crucible will be able to see that you're doing this.
Were you able to find it, Joseph?
He's got it on him. I have no idea where it is. He's just wearing regular clothes, and he had some shit in his pocket, but nothing that any way resembled the journal.
And you did a complete pat down.
Did a complete pat down, got all his weapons, including his hidden knife, but
Hidden knife.
yeah, well, it was just a spare knife and tied to his leg.
What were the contents of the room when you went in there?
The room, pretty simple library sitting. There's one table, a couple chairs, 2 bookshelves.
If he hit it before I got in there, it's possible. I just checked in.
I think we might need to check the room.
Sure. I'll
And-
see if I can get Ori to do a distraction.
Okay.
Give you some time.
I also need one of my deputies to head back to the jail, search his cell.
He will go back. Well, he was never in a cell.
Oh, I thought we put him in a cell.
No, you put Hurst in a cell. Because you did not trust him leaving your ass
Okay.
overnight.
We just need to search everywhere that he was at.
Whoo!
Otherwise, he's using some sort of concealment spell.
Oh, shit.
Is a prison pocket a concealment spell? I think that's a cooler way of saying it.
Is he
No, but an
still
empty
standing near
pocket.
me?
Errol?
He's still he's still like within 10 feet of me, right? I'm just talking to Crucible.
Probably. Yeah.
Okay, hearing Crucible say that, I go, oh shit. And I cast Detect Magic.
There's no magic on him. Wait, how?
30 feet.
Okay, and does that doesn't find magical people? I know that.
It doesn't find magic people, it detects magical items.
Right. Okay.
Or
Oh, wait a
if they
minute.
are
I
cast,
take that
if they are
back. I'm
actively
sorry.
casting.
It says if you sense magic in this way, you use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. So I would say they don't necessarily have to be doing magical stuff if they're magical. Like,
Well-
I think I would probably sense Crucible.
Yeah. Well, it's Crucible, Duncan, Bill in the back of the room, who's gotten himself a good seat. One of the council members, but that's kind of a known thing. He's a doctor. One person that's a little surprising to you, but it's faint, and the one of the guard twins in the back of the room is holding a sack that has magic coming from it.
Okay. I would ask Crucible about that. Be like, what's the twin got over there?
I tell him.
Oh, the net.
Yeah.
I would whisper that so that Errol doesn't hear that.
Errol's pretty distracted.
Yeah.
The entire town's here, all giving him side eye, and he's not a fan of side eye from anybody.
If it's
Okay.
time to go in, I probably would have come in and tried to find a seat near them.
Okay, that's fine.
I'd like to do it.
I would real quick. Sorry, Duncan. Real quick, run over to Ori and be like, hey, Ori, can you like make a distraction or something? Crucible needs like 5 minutes to search the room. It's like,
Or can't he just search it?
yeah, you need some time. I'm totally putting Phil on the spot.
Ori got baked before he came to this thing.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it. I was hoping he'd be like really stoned and paranoid.
Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Okay, I'll come up with something, and go Duncan.
I go in to help Joe search that room.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna cut to Duncan. You've been waiting there a long time. You know it's been almost the full hour at this point, Duncan. And then you hear a little thump in the desk.
I pull out the note and I take a quick look at it then.
In it is 2 pages from Alana. She has excellent penmanship, by the way. Detailing an extremely abusive relationship.
Aye.
And multiple threats on occasions when he would drink of saying, I'm not afraid of killing you. Specifically the phrase, I'm not afraid of killing you.
contact. Fold it back up and put it in the envelope, and then I make a quick note. Thank you. And I send it back to her.
And
Then
for
I run out the room.
clarification, that is his relationship with the stepmom, not his relationship with Lillian.
Yes.
Right.
So I'm trying to remember that conversation that Duncan had.
Ideally, that's a pattern of, you know,
Mhm.
you could potentially use that as a pattern of behavior, but
So I run back to the council chambers then.
yes.
Slow-mo running.
Okay, as you're on your way back, Ori, what's your distraction? Well, never mind. We'll go to Crucible Joe. Ori, think of your distraction.
Investigation then.
Yeah, you get back in that room.
Okay, I would still have detect magic up
Okay.
if that matters.
It does not.
Okay. I got an 8. So I hope
I-
Crucible does better.
Got a 26.
Jesus. Well, you are the detective, the constable.
It may not be pretty.
Yeah, Joe, you go immediately for the bookshelf. And you just start looking at books. But you don't know what his fucking journal looks like. You're just looking at books. Crucible, this bookshelf is packed full. And actually, you've been in this room before. They keep a lot of Adina Guard tax information in here and stuff like that. So, like, anytime you would have a request for funding for the jail or anything like that, you would have to do paperwork here. So you've been in this room plenty of times. It's always been packed full on the shelves. What you notice is there's nothing under the table, there's nothing under the chairs, but there's a gap under both bookshelves. Reaching under the right one as you enter, you feel a hand on a book. You pull it out, leather bound. There's nothing written on it.
Well, I know it's the journal. It's a matter of being able to get this ink to be exposed for the words to be shown.
No, I mean there's nothing written on the outside. Sorry,
on the outside.
I'm being unclear here. Yeah.
Well,
Opening it, you recognize the writing from the journals you saw. There's no name anywhere, but you recognize the writing from the journals you saw in his house, the
in
ledgers.
his house.
Yeah.
Okay. Joe, I believe I found what we need.
Joe, you found Hop on Pop.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Crucible. I'm at the.
He's halfway through.
I can't believe they hopped on Pop. Okay.
Those kids need to be taught a lesson. I need you to hold on to this. I need you to not let it be seen until I ask for it.
Okay.
I go ahead and exit the room into the court.
Okay, and you walk back into the court to find Ori doing...
Oh man, I hope that everyone can forgive me for this. I start going to people like, just like shaking hands with like everybody I meet. Like, hey, have you seen like my dad anywhere? I felt like he was really wanting to see this trial, and like I just can't find him anywhere. I was supposed to be sitting next to him.
Oh God, he's doing the ritual of summoning Norm. You just gotta, it's like Candyman, you just gotta say his name a bunch.
Have you seen him? His name is Norm. Also, I can't seem to find the concession stand. At this point, I'm like going up to the people up on like the front bench.
Kiddo! I found churros!
Oh, okay. Oh, good. Andy found the concession stand. That's great. Oh man. Does anybody else want a churro?
I bought a family pack from Costco.
All right, like, cool. We can set up a little stand or something.
Oh man, you're gonna sell my lunch?
Oh no. Never mind. False alarm, everybody. Sorry.
Worry.
All right, there's a Norman here now.
Great.
Yeah, fantastic. I have to take that into consideration moving forward. The
Sorry, Phil, but I like, come up with a distraction.
I came up with the biggest distraction I possibly could.
Aye.
the single most hated elf in all of the land.
I may be exiled for this. I don't know.
Well, Josiah might kick your ass. All right. So I'm gonna get rid of Norm. You find a place to sit, Ori. Where do you sit? There's there's pew seating, standing room along the outside, and then there's like up top rail balcony sort of situation.
I mean, I would sit with my dad and his churros, I guess.
Okay, my dad and his churros.
Specifically with the churro.
I object to the surprise witness. It's too surprising.
I have a feeling he's up on the balcony, like way off to the side, kind of right next to him.
He's
So-
got a foam finger.
Yeah. Go
Says
team.
Guilty.
Yeah. Guilty. Okay. Everybody, Duncan, you break in. You're here.
Yes. I look for Crucible.
He's easily to be seen. He's at the front getting ready.
Okay, I slide up there then, and I hand him the note. I hand him the note from Alana. Crucible. Here you go. She wrote back. There it is.
Excellent. I ask that you please hold on to that.
Aye.
I will be referring to it later.
I can do that. Right.
I pull another deputy aside, and I ask him to go back to the house and find any of Errol's journals. Just
Okay.
something with a sample of his handwriting.
All right. He sprints back.
Other than that, I believe we can get underway.
Oh, hi, Bars. Oh, I just realized that Bars is here. Shit. Sorry. I even read his previous fucking stuff in chat, and it just clicked. Bars is here.
Yeah, you've been reading it, but then,
Yeah, I've been reading it, but I haven't been processing who was saying any of it.
To me a bit too.
Okay.
I'd like to say a quick prayer before we begin.
Lord knows I need it. Patrick, not Crucible.
Aye.
Bill stands up with you and puts his hand on your shoulder.
By Lady Umberly's grace, may she hold all our fates in the palm of her hand, but never squeeze us too tight. Unless you're me cunt da who killed me mum, then I hope you feel all of her wrath.
Oh, fuck you, kid. It will be, Jacobs, real quick, it will be noted that was not part of testimony. Everybody should, not pay attention to it.
Oh, separation of church and state and whatnot. Oh wait, that's not this century.
Alright,
And it's not real in the future either.
I need Errol. There he is. Okay. All right. First things first. The Crucible town constable is bringing charges of murder before Errol Dorme. Errol, what do you gotta say for yourself? I didn't fucking do it. Alright, Crucible, I guess, go ahead. Laura's here in spirit. And chat.
Hi.
Hi, Laura.
Well, taking into consideration the weight of the accusations against Mr. Dorme, I do not want to rush through any of what we're about to do this evening. I do want to give him his opportunity to explain himself. But I also do not want to waste the time of the council and of the city. I hope to prove relatively quickly the guilt of Errol Dorme. With that being said, I would like to go to my first witness. I would like to bring Lindley Hurst up to testify.
Fat lot of good that'll do. He's a pirate. Everyone knows.
If Mr. Dorme cannot hold his tongue until spoken to, I request that he be bound and gagged.
Oh, I'm down with that.
Was that Jacobs?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Chew. Lindley gets up. He walks in front of everybody. He just kind of stands there. Hurst, Lindley Hurst. I knew some of you. Right. I help.
Mr. Hurst, I'll just ask you a few questions if you don't mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, however you want to do it.
First of all, do you swear that what you're about to say is the truth under the pain of death?
Well, yeah. I mean,
And I repeat, under the pain of death.
All right. You don't have to. I mean, that's why I'm here in the first place. Shit.
Excellent. Please state your name for the record.
Lindley Theodore Hurst, former resident of Krasden.
Mr. Hurst, do you know the accused, Errol Dorme?
Hi, he's my old admiral back in the day. I was captain of ship 3.
What is your relationship with the accused?
Oh, we're all drunken mates. Go gambling, whatnot. And we, work together. I hadn't spoke to him in a couple of years, but, mates.
And then, in your own words, how would you describe the accused?
Good sailor. Good drunker. Bad gambler. Angry. Bit.
Angry in what way?
Oh, you got a temper. Got a temper. We all got tempers. You got a temper. He got a temper. Everybody got tempers.
What tends to anger Mr. Dorme?
Oh, the brown stuff. No, it's just, work, women, that blue bastard over there. I see you. I'm just joking.
How long have you known Mr. Dorme?
Oh. 10. 9 years.
And in all transparency, what is the status of your relationship with the accused now?
He's a mate when I come to town, I see him.
Is there any reason for you to hold ill will against Mr. Dorme?
He owes me 10 gold, but I win it back from him eventually.
So then, in other words, you have no desire to wish any harm to come to Mr. Dorme.
No, I don't want to stab Errol.
Did you know Lillian Elish? Elish.
Briefly.
And in what capacity did you know Miss Erish?
My boss's wife. That capacity.
And how would you describe Miss Erish?
Quiet. Didn't speak. Ever. Seemed like a good mum. I don't know.
You've already recognized the relationship between the accused and Mrs. Erish as being husband and wife. How would you describe the relationship between the accused and Miss Erish?
He keeps like glancing over his shoulder at Errol. You know, they'd have a spats. Who's married, you know. It was pretty tight. Once in a while, you know what I mean, like tight in the air when you walk in there. It's like, ugh.
So there was obvious tension that you had been able to witness.
Yeah, tension.
Did you ever witness any specific problems in the relationship?
Oh, specific. You know, when Errol would have a couple, occasionally they were just yelling spats, and I never stuck around. You know, never saw that sort of thing.
In arguments, did you ever witness any abuse?
Well, what's abuse? What do you mean by that? Because there's lots of.
Did he ever assault her physically?
Well, you know, he occasionally, yeah.
Could you describe us? Give us specifics.
He smacked her. What?
So then, in your words, you do believe that the accused would cause harm to the deceased?
Sure, yeah.
And that you had, in fact, witnessed him cause harm to the deceased?
Yeah, I saw it. Can you just get cut to the... Not comfortable.
Mr. Hurst.
Metal Man, can you just cut to it?
Do you believe that Errol Dorme killed Lillian Erish?
Aye.
Why do you believe this?
I know he did.
Other than a feeling?
He had me go out one morning with him. There were special buckets aboard with chum. He threw it over, and then he threw a bunch of stuff over with it, including the buckets. And then she was gone. I don't know.
How do you believe he killed her?
He threw a knife over. Probably that. You better shut your fucking... You can see Errol start to mutter in the back of the room.
Again, I remind the accused to remain silent during the testimonies of our witnesses. Mr. Hurst, are you aware of a journal that the accused keeps on his person?
Oh, aye. It's, yeah, he keeps his journal with him all times.
And what do you
All
know
times.
of this journal?
Oh, it's all sorts of little musings and thoughts. You gotta get it out, you know. You gotta get thoughts out.
Do
Not
you
one for
believe
me,
that
but-
the words in his journal is in reality his gospel?
Well, it's just... I don't know what all that means, but yeah, it's...
That what he
Him.
writes is the truth?
I
it's
assume
more of
there's not much
It's more of
point
a
writing your...
diary than a journal.
I assume there's not much point writing works fiction.
Mr. Hurst, is there anything else that you can add to your testimony?
Nope. Good.
So I reiterate one more time. You were aware of problems in the relationship between the accused and Miss Erish?
Oh, everyone's aware. Don't put
That
this
you
on me.
witnessed abuse within the relationship? And that Mr. Dorme had the opportunity and most likely took that opportunity to take the life of Miss Lillian Erish.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, all that. Oh, yes.
I have no further questions for Mr. Hurst.
I got a question. He's Bart. Why are we listening to him? He's pirate. Who in this room, be honest, who in this room's been thefted by him? Raise your damn hands. Like 2 hands go up. See? Pirate. Scum. Nothing.
Thank you, Mr. Hurst. Not knowing if there's a defendant, a representative for the defendant.
Nope. There is, the defendant is always asked to do their own thing.
You may step down.
Who? What do you mean?
Thank you, Mr. Hurst, for your testimony.
Okay. He leaves. As he walks by you, Crucible, he gives you a little wink and a nod.
I do not react back.
Okay.
I would now like to call to the stand Mr. Duncan Erish.
Duncan! I know that guy! Woo! Oh, you're so cute. You're so...
Hello, Norm. It's nice
Oh,
to see you.
man, you're looking so cute today. You're so... What are you, like 5, 6 now?
Norm, please.
Dad.
Oh,
Please.
I thought that was Steve for a second.
All we need now is Lawrence.
Woo!
If you need a surprise, an even more surprising surprise witness.
I kind of thought that's what the distraction was going to be. Lawrence just shows up.
You know, that might have been the smart thing to do. I did not do that.
All right.
Mr. Erish,
Aye. Yes.
do you swear that what you are about to say is the truth under the pain of death?
Always.
Please state your name for the record.
My name is Duncan Dorme. Errol Dorme.
You go by the name Erish.
Aye.
Why is that so?
This is my mum's name. My dad. He prefers it that way.
You've already answered my next couple of questions. You've recognized Errol Dorme as your father.
Aye.
Tell me what your relationship was like with Errol Dorme.
Don't know if you can really call it that. I mean, a relationship, it was... when I was younger, when my mum was still there, he was there. After my mum gone, it's more like an employee.
Oh, stop your crying.
Councilman Jacobs, if we may gag the accused, please.
So I just like choke him out, or what do you want me to do?
I
He
need
is
him as
the
a
best
witness
character
yet,
you've ever made, Mike.
Huh?
so I would prefer that we just do a standard gag.
Fine. She tears one of her sleeves off of her council coat and wraps it around his head. Oh, this feels way better. She tears the other one off.
Mr. Irish, if you would continue, please.
Right. So, got to a point where, again, I was more like working for him. I took to the water quite well, and I could fix things, and I could help him fish, and I could pretty easily, get the shellfish and things for him. But, he started with just the one boat, but it was really my help that had him get the second boat. But I was never really his son. Not really. He always would say that I wasn't his son, and that my mom, she was unfaithful to him, and that's why I am the way I am. But I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all.
In your own words, how would you describe the accused?
He's a cunt. He's not a nice person. He never was a nice person. He could be nice. He could be nice to get the things he wanted. But as soon as he had that, then he saw the real him. Like with me stepmom and the twins.
In all transparency, then, how would you describe the current status of your relationship with Errol Dorme, and if you wish him harm?
Well, there is no relationship with him. I can't even say I love him at all. He's just there. He's just a person that I think hurt my mum. Do I want him hurt? If he done it, if he real and true done it, then I want something bad to happen to him. But if he didn't true do it, guess not.
Mr. Irish, how would you describe the relationship between the accused and your mother?
Don't know. I don't know why my mum stayed around him. I've seen it many times. We'd go and he'd hit her, and he'd come to hit me, but my mum would step in, and she sort of left him. She wouldn't though. And I don't know why. I don't know why.
How often would you witness abuse?
It seemed every day. It was just always there. Like it was supposed to be there. Like I didn't know any better.
Was it always there as far as you can remember, or did it build up? Was it verbal and then become physical, or was it always there?
I remember it was always there. My mum, he told me she died on my 10th birthday. That was my present, he said.
We know that you have witnessed the abuses.
Right.
You've given us some specifics. Was there any time that you feared for the actual life of your mother?
guess every day.
Do you believe that Errol Dorme killed Lillian Erish?
I do. I do believe it.
Are you aware of a journal that Mr. Dorme kept on his person?
Only from what I've heard. I don't remember it. I don't remember ever seeing it when I was a kid.
From what you have heard, what do you know of this journal?
What I've heard is that it's where he keeps all his personal things, not like the business things, not like, you know, the fishing for the day or the money's received. That's for different things, but this is where he kept his personal things, an account to what he did and what he thought, and he kept it on him at all times.
From what you have been told of this journal, do you believe that it is in reality his gospel?
I do believe it. I believe it's what he's done and what he's thought about doing.
Shifting gears just a little bit here. Do you
I get it. Oh, sorry.
He's quite high.
That fucking got me. That was good. Do you know
I don't get it. What is
a woman by the name of Alana Pascal Dorme?
That's my stepmom.
Miss Dorme is your stepmother. How would you describe your relationship with Miss Dorme?
She's always quite nice. They got the marriage when I was 13, and although I wasn't allowed in the house so much, and I wasn't so much supposed to be her son or stepson or anything, she was always decent to me.
How would you describe the relationship between the accused and your stepmother?
I said before, my dad can be quite nice, even charming when he wants something. And you could tell that he wanted her. And she was quite pretty. And her family has some money. So, of course, he was quite nice to her. Once they got married, you know, they changed a bit, and then a bit more, and then the twins were born, and it continued to change.
Did you see similar patterns between Alana Pascal and your mother?
Aye. He'd hit her. And I know that's true.
Did you recently have a discussion with Miss Dorme?
Aye.
And what was the nature of that discussion?
I needed to know if she knew anything about my mom and my dad.
Could you please tell the court your recollection of that conversation?
Alana, she couldn't say for sure. I mean, it's not like my dad ever told her that. But he threatened. He'd say things like, what happened to my mom could happen to her. He'd get drunk, not even when he wasn't even drunk, when he's just angry from the day, taking it out on her, yelling, hitting her. And that's why she left. That's why she took the twins. Before it could hurt them too, like it hurt me.
Now, one could just assume that these are the words of an angry youth grown up to get back at their estranged father. Is there any proof of this discussion, of her words that she had spoken to you?
Aye.
And what might that be?
She wrote a letter. I'll hand it over to you.
I have here a written testimony from Alana Pascal Dorme, speaking of the abuses brought on by the accused, of the comments made back relating to Lillian Erish.
And if you want, you can just read it in character. Yeah. It's not. I don't have anything typed out. So.
I just handed over to Counsel Jacobs.
Okay. They'll be looking.
I do ask that she read it out loud. We'll just assume that she does.
She does.
That's
a lot of grumble.
Yep.
Gasp.
I believe that took a lot of courage to sign a name to a statement like that.
Aye.
I think it takes a lot of courage to stand up here after the abuses that you have suffered.
Oh,
personally, and from what you've witnessed with your mother. Now, you have recently became acquainted with your grandmother. If you'd please tell the court who she is.
My grandmom. She's Lady Umberly.
Not a lot of sound happen. A lot of people just kind of looking around, staring at each other.
The awkward silence you hear an Ori say. Oh, crap baskets.
I was surprised too. I was really surprised too. Well, she's my grand's, and that means my mum was her daughter.
Amongst the people that we have here witnessing today, we probably all know who Lady Umberly is, but for the record, Duncan, could you share with us who Lady Umberly is?
She's the goddess of the seas, the oceans, she's a bit angry usually, and I apologize for that. I know she took out.
And why is she angry, Duncan?
Because she also believes that my dad killed my mom, which would be her daughter then.
From the back of the room you hear, Patnick died in that.
I know. I'm sorry.
Duncan, you are prohibited from being able to do something. What is it?
I can't go in the water anymore.
Did she tell you how you could return to the sea?
She told me the only way I could return to the sea is if I killed my dad for what he did to my mum.
All right.
Duncan, I asked you earlier if you had any wish to cause harm to your father, and you said no. I ask you again, do you have the ability to cause harm to your father?
If I just wanted my dad dead, if all I wanted to do was return to the sea, I'd have killed him already. I need to know if he did it. I need to know for truth. If he didn't do it, I don't want him dead. Don't want anything to do with him. But I don't want him dead. But if he did it, I'll...
Mr. Arish, I have just a
kill
couple more
myself.
questions for you, and it's probably going to be the toughest questions I've asked so far. Would you please describe your relationship with your mother?
She was a best mother you could ever have. She would tell me how she'd tell me how special I am. And I have a destiny. I was meant to be. We'll never be down or crying for whatever reason. She's there.
You should throw those out.
She's the best mum in the world.
I'll give him one more, then I'll throw him out.
Do you love your mother?
Aye.
And one last question. Do you believe Errol Dorme,
Say goodnight to Daddy.
Errol Dorme killed your mother?
I do believe it. I believe it.
Thank you, Mr. Erish. That will be all.
Quick baby break. Oh my god.
As I said before, I'm just trying to keep this relatively short. I know that we've dragged on a bit. But I would like to call the accused to the stand. Would Errol Dorme please step forward?
Give Daddy a kiss, okay?
Time out for baby.
I'm up for baby time!
Totally fits the
Word
mood.
from our sponsors.
Hey there, Lincoln. Look at that. You got fish on your shirt. That's quite nice. What's that? You got a whale there, and you got, I think you got a tuna there, and perhaps it's what's that? A swordfish.
Oh man, that's a good eye. They just all look like sharks to me.
And there's a shark
Give
over
Daddy a
there.
kiss.
Why do I think the next time we get together, he's going to be big enough to be serving us drinks?
He'll be
It may
mixing
be
them
that
back
long.
there.
It's because he's 3. He is. The
Whoa.
I taught him his colors then. Grabbing me one of them blue ones, boy.
Oh, why didn't you have kids again, Sean?
Because I would have raised them in the closet. That's why.
Jacobs takes the thing off of him.
Yeah,
Oh, I
was
get. Sorry.
No, I was just about to say if the deputy would please ungag the witness.
Joe.
I take Jacob's sleeve off of it.
Oh, I get to speak now. Good. Good. Here's what I have to say. Real quick.
You won't
You've
respond
gotten to
to
talk.
questions.
No,
You will
you've gotten to
respond
talk
to the
plenty. I get
questions
to
that you
represent
ask.
myself.
Gag the witness one more time.
It's not actually how it works, Crucible. You have to let him talk. He represents himself.
I can do what I want.
I am the law.
He's basically acting lawyer for himself. He gets to speak.
All right.
First board talk.
Before you speak, though, Mr. Errol, Mr. Dorme,
What?
do you swear that what you are about to say is the truth under the pain of death?
Sure.
Was that a yes?
Yes.
Continue.
First boy speak. Pirate. This boy. Bastard son, I kicked him out. He hates me. Yeah. Yeah, you should believe him both. So crazy he thinks his grandmom's a goddess. Fucking wackadoo, that one. This will be over quick. You ask a fucking question. I'd like to get back to my boat.
Mr. Dorme, please state your name for the record.
Errol Dorme.
Do you understand what you are being accused of?
Being accused of a death that happened 8 goddamn years ago. That was fucking tragic. And now I'm sitting here because Blue Boy's got a grudge.
Before we continue, I'd like to ask Deputy Swansong to step forward.
Step forward.
Mr. Dorme, you're going to be aware of it anyway, but we are going to be casting a spell to determine whether or not you are telling the truth.
No, you can't cast no spells on me. I don't care what you say.
Counselor Jacobs?
Just looking around at the other ones.
If I may clarify for the court, this spell does not compel him to speak. It's just if he speaks, he cannot speak a falsehood.
I don't know. You're about to not make me say some shit I don't know. You can say whatever the fuck you want. Anybody in here understand? Anybody in here want to stand up and tell me they understand what the fuck he's talking about?
I'm guessing Bill and that stone gentleman up in the top.
Oh yeah, we're all gonna listen to Norm. That'll fucking work.
You can say whatever you like about Norm's recreational proclivities, but does anyone here doubt that he knows more about magic than anyone?
They all kind of mutter. Norm leans over. He's right. I'm not a reliable witness.
Norm. It's all right. Fine. I still stand by what I said about our cleric of Umberley, Bill.
Bill stands up.
Does anyone doubt his integrity?
No, nobody really agrees, and they all start to look toward him. He stands up all nervous like, I can't do it myself, but some God-fearing spellcasters can do what he's talking about. Yeah. It's called the Zone of Truth. I've seen it done before in the war. That's all I got. He sits down looking like he was about to puke from public speaking.
Good quality in a public minister.
A public minister of Umberley. Nobody goes to him.
He's not.
Anybody goes to mass.
I would look towards the council to see if they give me the go ahead.
They kind of mutter back and forth, and the doctor councilman goes, "Go ahead."
Okay, I cast Zone of Truth. So he has to beat a 14 charisma save.
Ooh,
I do know if he passes that save or not.
He did pass it.
Are you sure that's not 16 on the save?
It's 14. My spell save is 14.
Okay.
He passed it.
He passed it.
Yeah.
I cast it again.
No, I have to look. Last one was a 20. Now I have to look. Would you do the thing?
Doesn't say
where
that
it
he's
works?
immune to it or anything. A lot of times it does.
What is it?
Does
Wisdom?
not. It's charisma save.
Charisma. Okay. No, he fails this one.
Oh, you failed it on the first time?
He passed the first one, failed the second one.
Okay. Sorry about the interruption there. Go ahead, Constable.
Mr. Dorme, I have a simple yes or no question for you. Did you kill Lillian Erish?
I ain't got an answer.
I understand that you do not have to answer.
It's
But
ridiculous.
don't you feel that by not answering, you're already giving an answer?
This is all ridiculous. You haven't given any
Fifth
proof.
Amendment.
You haven't given any proof. You haven't handed me a weapon or her bones.
I have brought up multiple times the subject of your journal. Could you please tell us what that journal is?
I keep lots of records.
And in those records, are they indeed the things that you have done on those days that you have written them? Descriptions of the deeds that you have done.
Aye, fishing records are fishing records. The journal itself is often just like happenings of the day.
I cross over and pick the journal up that my deputy had gone to his house to get. And I hand that journal to Mr. Dorme.
That's a ledger. That's payroll.
Right. When you open it up and look into it, is that your handwriting?
Aye,
That is your script.
that's my signature.
Mr. Swanson, would you please hand me the journal that we found earlier?
Pull
I
it
open
out,
it up
hand it to him.
and hold it out to Mr. Dorme. Mr. Dorme, is this also your handwriting?
Yes.
Is this your journal?
Aye.
Does this stand as a diary of your deeds, of the things that you have done?
Aye.
I ask you to turn to the day of Lillian's death.
It's a long time.
Will you please read that entry?
He's flipping through different pages. It appears he's pretending not to know which page to look at.
Duncan, what was the date of your... Oh, I turn to Duncan. Mr. Arish, what was the date of your mother's death?
It was the fourth. It was the third. No, it was the fourth.
He gives me the date.
The second spring moon.
Oh, yeah, it was my 10th birthday.
Yeah, fourth of the second spring moon.
Well, he said the fourth
I
of
take
the
the book
second
back.
spring moon on
I
the
take
year
book
of the
back
great.
from Mr. Dorme. I flip to the page. I glance at it to make sure that it is, in fact, an entry about the death of Lillian.
Check your Facebook.
And
Whisper, whisper, whisper.
Metagaming pigeon!
I don't know why I made the metagaming pigeon make a caca noise.
He's confused.
I hand it back to him to read it out loud.
I won't.
I take it back from him. Fourth of the second spring moon. She's gone. She said she'd contacted her family to come get her. What I catch, I keep. I threw out my good knife with her chum. I'm keeping the net, though. Maybe I should do the boy, too. Are these your words?
He doesn't respond.
Is this your handwriting?
He doesn't respond.
Again, I ask you one more time. Did you kill Lillian Erish?
Roll dexterity crucible.
Is he within 10 feet of me?
You don't have a weapon out.
It
He
doesn't
didn't say
matter.
save
It's an
either.
aura.
Oh, crucible?
If he's within 10 feet of me, he gets +3 on dexterity.
Probably.
Seven.
Misses. Duncan. What's your AC?
My AC is 13.
Jumps across the room, grabs Duncan, and starts trying to physically harm him.
I would immediately try to...
I-
Okay, sorry.
One moment. As he grabs me then,
Mm-hmm.
am I able to speak?
Yeah.
I say missed, and I teleport away from him then?
I'll kill you! I'll kill you too, you little fucking shit! He starts screaming, all sorts of... Should've killed you back then, I'll kill you! Anybody gonna do anything about the...
I would try to, I was waiting. I would try to tackle him.
Okay, go ahead.
I move in to
Restrain him.
protect Duncan. I don't want him to do anything to Errol.
Okay.
Because you can see that, yes, my hands begin to ice over. Just get ready.
I don't want you to do what you don't want to do.
Aye.
19 athletics, Mike.
Yes, you were successful.
So I would get an arm behind his back, slam him on the ground.
Yeah.
And
Stop resisting!
Yeah.
And I got a mod 20 to help keep Duncan away.
Okay.
and I stand ready, in case he slips out to cast Entangle.
Norm looks at you, Ori. Who won? What happened?
Somebody give me some rope.
I got your fucking rope.
I have 2 sleeves. Jacobs holds up her sleeves.
Well, Dad, it would appear as though he just confessed.
I have Jerry's sleeves too. She rips off the doctor's sleeves.
I fashion manacles made of pure sleeves. Unbreakable.
Let's go.
Surely he won't be able to break these sleeves that she easily rips off.
It's Jacobs. This is a different human being. Go ahead and roll sleight of hand to make it work.
16.
All right. Yes, you're able to fashion handcuffs of sort. He's still yelling. Jacobs walks up. Well, we've seen enough. Crucible, your constable. What's the What's the penalty? You guilty. What is it?
I think we've known from the start. Death by hanging.
Guess we gotta build us a gallows then.
My deputies would please take Mr. Dorn to the jail.
I'm going to go with them just to make sure that there's no issues with his buddies.
Fuck you! Fuck you! You fucking cunts!
Fuck you, Da. Fuck you. I'd return you to the sea. I'd give you the grands. That's what I'd do.
He leans over real quick as he's about to pass you. Sure, take her aside, kid. Good plan. And they start to drag him out.
Thanks, Crucible. Thanks.
I'm sorry I had to put you through some of that, but I think it's what needed to be said.
I understand.
Let's hope Lady Umberly accepts this.
Aye. Thanks
Now
for
the
not,
truth is known.
thanks for not letting me kill him there. It's better I don't, I think.
Yeah.
I would walk up to Crucible. I would put my hand gently on his back, and then I would reach into a pouch where I hid a churro from Norm and hand the churro to Duncan.
You want to lose a fucking hand? Because this is how you lose a fucking hand. You taking churros from Norm?
Good way to lose a hand.
There's no way you've ever had a churro before.
Taking churros from Norm is a decent band name.
Oh, that's delightful. What was that then?
It's a churro.
Oh, kid, you got more churros?
Fly, you fools!
They
All
get.
right, Councilwoman Jacobs, what's the next steps?
I was about to go talk to Bill. This is an Umberly matter. You'd be able to. You'd be able to tell us the best way to make her happy. Can you kindly do me a favor and get Hurst the fuck out of my town before I kill him, by the way?
Yeah, he's kind of annoying douche, isn't he?
He also is a pirate and robs
Right.
us pretty regularly.
I think I've got
so
the perfect thing to get him the hell out of here.
Fine.
I grabbed
Duncan.
the bag with the net.
Duncan,
Aye.
you're with me. You're not gonna like this conversation.
I know.
All right, what do you do with the net?
I just pull him aside
Okay.
and I tell him, now, when we agreed to this, I didn't actually promise this to you. But it's yours if you do one more thing.
Ah, for fuck's sake! What do you want?
Leave and never come back. Don't return to Krasden.
I hadn't been back in 2 years. You dragged me fucking.
And I'm saying, don't come back.
And I'm hearing. Don't come back.
I give him the bag.
Good doing business with you, Crucible. Oh, do me a favor there. Take that 10 gold he owes me and buy the little blue boy a drink. He's gonna need it after this one.
Indeed, he will.
Hang that idiot. Hi, he's walking away. And quick, you fuck.
I think he's got a good point there, Duncan. I think we all need a drink.
No, he's got to make a whole new drink. Okay.
Damn it, I'm hungry for churros now.
Churros
That
are
is
fucking
cool.
delightful. They're
Yeah.
so good.
I'm just worried if Derek shows up and if there's going to be a churro vendor, we're going to have another murder trial here
Oh,
to deal
God.
with.
That's the end battle between Norm and Derek over at the churro car.
They have been fighting for a millennia. All right.
I'd like this to be more of a toast to all of you. First, Crucible. Thank you for what you done today. You brought my mum's murderer to justice. And you, Joe and Ori, thank you for being my friends. Thanks for being there for me and for Crucible. And Bagby, I know that you're standing right next to me because you're my best friend. So thank you too.
I am.
I'm glad to help I am.
I am.
And
We
here's
are
to
best friends forever.
Chip, chip, chiroo.
I'm so sorry I started that, Laura. You really don't sound like that in any way. I'm just an asshole.
and Grands, here's to justice. I hope that's enough. I'll speak with you later then.
This tea is getting stiff on me.
About the only thing.
It does that when it gets cold.
All right. Joe and Ori, what are you doing?
I was escorting
Right.
the douchebag McGee over to the prison.
You're having to push through the crowd. It's going to take you a minute.
I would try and redirect my father to some other form of munchies before he causes
Fair enough.
too much further
So the motto then?
unease. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go get some fish and chips, Dad, before you piss off everyone and get me exiled.
Man, Lyra just fucking loves us, I bet.
Oh God, we've woken her up so many times, and now I'm gonna walk in there with Norm again.
Well, the right members put up with him more, a little better than everyone else does. They're at least aware that he's useful. Okay. Duncan.
Hey.
It's you, Jacobs, and Bill. I gotta find Bill. There he is.
I like Bill, by the way, as a character. He doesn't do that much, but I mean, he hasn't been that like important to the story, but he's
always
good
there,
character.
though. He's
Yeah.
a decent man.
Yeah.
He's a real good guy.
I presented him at the beginning just to see if you
Yep.
guys would latch onto him, and he didn't. I'm like, okay, he's gonna sit off the sides.
Oh, it's like him, though. He's nice. Does good work, too.
She leads you off to the side, into her office in the building. Bill's was waiting outside and meets you there. He grabs your shoulder and then he brings you in for a hug. I'm sorry, brother.
Thanks.
I know this is an impossible day for you.
It's good and bad at the same time.
Let's hope this makes your grandums a little happy.
Aye. Gonna have to talk to her about that. Seems she was thinking that I was supposed to kill him. I hope this is good enough for her.
All right. She escorts you two in and shuts the door. So what's the best way to do it?
There's what seems right, and then there's the best way to do it. Feels right. Wetting his ankles and dropping him in the ocean. Sort of like you did to me, Mum. Probably be more efficient, though, just to hang him and bury it, see?
Duncan, I gotta ask.
Aye.
She said you gotta do it.
No.
Do you gotta do it?
I think...
He turned into a New York mobster.
Do you gotta do it?
You guys gotta fucking do it here, eh?
You gotta fucking do it?
Wait.
I gotta bust my balls, huh?
Hey, you
Gabagool!
not for nothing, but it sounded like you gotta set him up with the cement galoshes, you know?
He has to take a long nap if you get my drift.
Oh, naps are nice.
That's right.
All right.
I think as long as I'm part of it, I think it'll be okay. I just want it to feel official. To feel like, you know, justice is being done.
I have to be honest, this is Bill. I'm not sure it matters so long as the body is received to the ocean at the end.
Aye.
Followers of Lady Umberlee are often set to sea in such a matter.
What does the town need, do you think? Does the town need to see it happen?
Quite frankly, Duncan, I don't give a fuck what these bumpkins think or what they want to see.
Then I say sooner the better then. Don't have time to build a gallows and things like that.
All right.
Let's just take him out then.
All right. You're with me.
Aye.
Bill, come along and say a prayer.
Please. Please.
Oh, I will. You walk back out. Joe, you're in the jail at this point. I'm sure you have him in the holding cell or whatever, one of the cells.
Yeah. I'm sure he's still bitching and pissing and moaning just because he's been sentenced to death.
No, he's kind of entered this quiet, fuming state.
So I'm just keeping an eye on him. I'm not like antagonizing him or anything. And if the deputies say anything to him, I would gently ask them to not. Unless it's like related to something they have to do.
That nobody's speaking to him then. There's quite a hubbub outside, but inside, no. Okay. Crucible, I'm assuming you're with Joe? Yeah, okay. So he's... Errol's being super quiet. Yeah. Everyone's still gathered around outside a bit, talking. After a few minutes, Jacobs, Bill, and Duncan show up. Constable. We've reached an agreement here. We're going to get a boat and take him out. Will you be joining us, or?
If nothing else, for solidarity with my friend Duncan, yes.
Thanks.
Fair enough.
Best friend, Duncan.
Because Duncan's my best friend.
Joseph, I'd like you to be there as well.
Okay.
You all get on. What boat do you take?
Be somebody else's boat because I left the Destiny.
Can take his.
An Ara.
I was gonna say, let's take his.
Right.
What's the name of his boat?
The nice one. The first.
He doesn't name them.
They're all
Oh.
named Jenny.
Just number 1,
Yeah.
Douchebag.
Yeah.
number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5.
There's like very little emotional attachment that happens to basically anything. So. All right. How far do you sail out, Duncan? Also roll survival.
Not great, but a 15. I take him up to the very middle of the bay, back about to the point where Umberly showed herself. And
Where
took
the
us through
door
the
opened?
portal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aye.
Okay.
Through that portal area.
Sure.
I suppose I've got to do it then. So I grab a net and I put heavy things in it. I'm sure there's some, I don't know, some kind of anchor or something inside it, and I put
I
it
mean,
inside the net.
we could have brought something too.
Right. Maybe we had some stones, some large stones that we put in the the net.
An anchor makes sense.
Then I'll take the net and I fasten it around his ankles and weave it in such a way, using my mending, I weave it such a way into his clothing and around, and it's quite tight. I just, every once in a while, I look up at him to see if he's looking at me.
He's not kind of looking at anything. He's kind of staring off into the medium distance, if you know what I mean. Boy. He finally acknowledges you when you're
Look up.
close to the side. I deserve this. I get it. I understand.
You
But
just
don't-
had to be a decent person.
Oh, fuck
So-
you. I don't need your opinion. You got your win. But you listen to me, boy. You think your grandmother's gonna help. You think your grandmother's gonna be good to you. That family you want. You're out of your fucking mind. I used to be a good person. Now throw me in the fucking deep.
I didn't win anything. And I know. I'll push him off the side.
Large splash.
And then I jump in.
You are underwater. Not thrown up. You can see that he is struggling mightily. In his final moments, he stares at you. And then just keeps drifting down.
And I watch as long as I can see him. But I don't follow him.
Roll perception.
Pain.
You don't really see anything, but you're aware that the bay isn't that deep. But it seems like he keeps going down forever. It's a deep kind of black you only see way out there.
There you go, Grans.
Very good boyo.
I don't feel good.
No response.
I come bursting out of the water.
Ah, jeez.
Hey, Sparrow, thanks for the raid. A host. 4 viewers. Nice. Sparrow.
17 decks to land on the deck.
Acrobatics. Acrobatics. That's an acrobatics roll. What do you? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. I
Yep,
rolled the
yep.
acrobatics.
Okay.
That hit the superhero landing.
Yes, you hit your superhero landing.
Let's go get pissed.
That I understand. Hell yeah.
As I'm sitting at the Morrow with my dad, as he's no doubt shoveling fish and chips into his mouth. Hey, Dad. I feel like there was something we were supposed to do after that trial.
Well, when in times like in times like this, kid, I like to go through the checklist mentally. One, are you wearing pants? Check.
Check, yep.
2, we found food. Check. 3, we had more to smoke. Check. I got it all.
Eh.
Checklist complete.
All right. You're back at the bar, everybody. That night is awake. Some people are pretty happy to have him gone. Some are pretty pretty somber about the occasion. How is everybody feeling? What are you doing?
I'm nursing a drink.
Yeah, I would be surprised to see everybody walk in. Oh, hey guys, how did you know we would be here?
This is later, Ori. This is later on in the evening.
Right, when they show up and Norm and I are still there.
No, this is well after they've shown up.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine.
No, he's still surprised to see us. Go ahead.
I suppose I got to figure out what we're gonna do with Dad's boat, his business. This is a lot.
That's on us, Duncan. We have to go through his records.
Right.
Crucible, you're muted.
I want you to be good to his employees. Then, won't you? I mean, as long as they were good, I want them to be taken care of.
Well, shit, there ain't no point in taking those boats off the water, Duncan.
Aye.
The amount they bring in, you kidding me?
Aye. Should probably let Alana know. Maybe the twins. I don't know. They're quite young. It's a lot.
Hey, we'll get it done. Just relax.
Right. Thanks.
It's okay, Duncan. I'm sure she seems like the kind of parent who would be able to have a sense of when and where to give that news to their kids. You know, not every parent has that that sense of decorum, but she seemed like she really has that head on her shoulders.
Good news, kids. Your abusive father's dead.
Yay! Oh, everybody dance now.
I didn't know she gave birth to the Lollipop Guild. Lyra reaches across the bar, puts her hands on your hands around your beer. You'll be okay, sweetheart. Okay?
Aye.
Don't shed one tear over that pile of shit.
Not over him so much.
Now chug a lug so I can get you another one. Come on now.
Right.
Woo! Good boy.
Suppose tomorrow we gotta take. Tomorrow we've got to save the world, then, huh?
Pretty much. So
Then-
let's just enjoy tonight.
From the looks of things around here, we might need to save the world the day after tomorrow.
The rest of the night happens. You all get a long rest. Unless there's anything else specifically any of you wanted to do.
Oh, I would just mention that, you know, maybe you forgot to ask me to go with you. Maybe you didn't know where I was because I took off randomly. Or maybe you figured I didn't want to be there. The two things are correct. The two last things are correct. I didn't want to be there. Except for you, Duncan. I love you, and you're going to be fine.
And it's the next morning. You all get a long rest. You congregate in your normal spot at the Morrow. Norm has went home. Not sure when he left, but he left at some point last night. Fuck is
And
there?
that's a relief. I hope he didn't drive drunk.
Teleporting drunk is a hell of a thing, you know. You'll just end up in a place.
I hear it feels unpleasantly like being drunk.
All right.
What's unpleasant about being drunk, Phil?
Ask a glass of water.
There you go.
All right. You. Bill isn't there either. Why the fuck would Bill be there? All right, kids. Hands up if you're hungover.
I feel like I probably would have taken it relatively easy.
Crucible, not you.
I'm
so
totally not.
I'm so surprised. So,
Maybe there should be.
what are we doing next? If I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but there's still kind of a lot of stuff you guys gotta do.
Right.
And I know you need time, Duncan. I know you need time to get over this, but we could do that after the murder army.
Aye. So, right. Where'd you know?
Dinagard.
Denegard?
We got to see if we can find the queen.
Gonna
Right.
have to take one of Da's boats.
That's fine. Technically, they belong to the town now. He didn't leave anybody in his will. Found that out early this morning.
It's not really all that shocking then, is it?
In fact,
Or
the exact
is,
phrase used was burn them.
Can't say it surprises me.
We could swing by Ara. If we took some sailors from the town, we could pick up the
The
Destiny
ones
on the
that
way.
are the ones that are ultimately going to have the boat.
Right. Let's do that then.
And they can steer so that we don't have to do that hungover.
Right. That's a great idea.
All right.
Duncan, you sure you don't want to take one of these boats for yourself?
I don't need anything quite that big. I'm fine with the Destiny though. But it was a good thought though.
Yeah, he's perfectly comfortable with his dinghy.
Before
I like the way it handles.
He's very confident, very secure in his dinghy.
And none of us really mind riding on his dinghy. I mean, sure, it's not huge, but I don't feel like we could handle anything much bigger.
It's not the size of the dinghy that matters. It's the motion of the ocean.
One
Says
complaint
you.
about your dinghy is the mildew. I feel like we should clean up the mildew off your dinghy.
It's a small dinghy, but it gets me there.
Hygiene is important. George.
Also, it smells. Your dinghy's terrible. Your dinghy smells kind of bad.
Oh, comes back to hygiene. It does.
And you could
I
trim it a
understand.
little bit. Never mind.
It does smell a bit like fish most of the time.
Yeah, you need to trim the sails a little bit.
It's seen a lot of action when a fishing when a fishing dinghy sees a lot of action. It smells like.
And sometimes it smells like fish.
We've already done that bit, but nice try.
All right, so I would want to check on Adris before we go.
Okay.
Make sure he's doing okay.
He's in Krasden.
He is. I forgot. Never mind. I go upstairs and be like, "Oh my God, Adris escaped."
How drunk did you get yesterday? I lost time. Okay. So yes, you can take a boat.
I like the idea. Let's just catch a ride over there. Have someone give us a ride to Aris. I could pick up the Destiny, and then we'll go to. We'll move on from Aura in the Destiny.
And I assume Bagby would be coming with us.
Sure.
Aye.
Well, his old, some members of his crew agreed to go with you. His old crew.
Right.
Perhaps the 3 that I made best friends with.
Temporary magical best friends, yes.
Well, and also there were a couple that I convinced that were like local guys.
Local guys, the good ones. Right.
Hey, you're on the boat at this point. Hey, Crucible. One of the guys walks up to you. Are they gonna, pick captains or something? We were all kind of, wondering.
I'm not really sure how Jacob's is going to handle the whole thing. But I know she's going to make sure that everybody's taken care of.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks. Yeah, he turns around. No, you're right. Jacobs is in charge. We're all fucked.
That's not what I said.
Well, you can think of it one of two ways. Either it's gonna be, excuse me, this is either gonna be either seniority based or performance based.
Okay.
Can you turn into something smaller when you're throwing up so there's less volume?
Yeah. Just thinking about that.
I turn into a dolphin and it gets worse.
You stay on the boat. You're just flopping around throwing up as a dolphin on the boat.
This is my nightmare! We need to put water on his blowhole! I don't know who this character is, but I like
Oh,
it.
oh God, I am
Already
feeling sick
tongue
as a
over
dog.
dolphin.
No, I didn't mean that.
You should have turned into a dog. Then you could have ate your own puke. You arrive at Aura. Doesn't take long to get there.
You go search for my boat. It better still be there. Angry if it's not there.
Yeah, it doesn't take you long.
It's been like 3 days, maybe.
Not even that long, has it?
Yeah, like
Been
2 or
like
3
a
days.
day.
Yeah, it's been like a day.
Okay.
You basically left it there for, well, one night and then, yeah, I guess 2 days.
So 2 nights.
Yeah, 2 nights.
And
I mean, the
Duncan,
hubcaps
they
are
stole
gone,
your
but it's there.
hubcaps. Mike is already making it.
It's up on blocks already. It's just there. It's been totally stripped. No better. I'm not in this neighborhood. What's I thinking?
Starting to remember what the rails looked like. We've been off them for so long.
All right, you have your destiny back. Where are you going?
Suppose we got to head off to Adenigard then?
Okay.
Right? I'm taking a poll here.
Yep.
Adenigard? To the vaults, right? Everyone?
Correct.
Not
Yes.
everyone all at once.
Yes.
I'm
17
nodding, yeah.
survival.
Okay, you're doing a fine job.
Oh God, Patrick. No.
Did he post food again? You had from here?
For a 3-hour tour.
Head on up to Adenigard. Okay. Find yourself in Adenigard.
He's Duncan the Sailor Man. He's Duncan the Sailor Man. He's strong to the finish 'cause he eats his churros. He's Duncan the Sailor Man.
He's strong to the finish because he doesn't have that stamina that the ladies are looking for.
So, we would go for the council district, or sorry, not the council district, the university. Right.
Okay. Well, you don't have anybody there. You don't have any contacts in town anymore.
We do have a contact. We have the beggar king that we can talk to.
Ooh,
also
that's
have-
a
Yeah.
bold strategy.
I'm just saying, we do have someone who
we do
probably
have
would know
someone.
information.
We also have Guard Commander Stevens.
Yes.
We also have Shitlicker. Was that his name?
I remember him liking you. You should go talk to him.
What
killed
was
the
his
toad.
name? It was Shitlicker, wasn't it?
Captain
Is-
Smollett.
Yeah. It was Shitlicker or Shitkicker, I can't remember.
Yeah, no, it was definitely Shitlicker. We had
So,
and then if we really wanted to go to the top, we could bother either one of the council members that don't like us so much, or senators that don't like us so much,
I
or
will also
the guard
point out.
captain Warwick Adine.
I will point out that the guy we knew as I can't remember his name. The old guy who made the locator thing for us was posing as Miracle.
Dumas.
Dumas
Yeah,
was
Dumas.
posing as Miracle.
Yeah,
He's the-
you are in the
Elven King.
same city as Dumas right now. It's presumably,
We could potentially go try to find him.
and presumably that murder ghost thing that he apparently controls.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't got a plan for that yet.
Haven't quite figured that one
As
out.
we're
I was
sailing there
gonna-
talking about this, I'm like, should we get more information somewhere first?
I'm gonna play the murder ghost part by ear.
Be like,
do we have a plan? Why were we going there in the first place?
We need to find the queen. I honestly think the beggar king is gonna be the best source of information. We're gonna have to do him a favor probably, but
Especially since that's been an established mode of payment for your group. Thank you, Ori.
yeah. Well, I don't have any damn money. Honestly, shit, I could use some money, if I'm being honest.
We all need a little bit more cash.
I have like 50 gold.
well, we could go up to the north to that old dwarven library further, but man, none of us are that great at research anyway.
And that would definitely not take you most of the time you have until the giant orc army shows up.
Yeah.
There's a ticking clock here, boys.
All right, well, winging it is. Let's
Wait, we
let's go talk to old Keen and the boys.
I mean, the hint we were given was we need to go talk to from the Orc General was we need to find the Orc Queen, right?
Right.
So, unless anyone has any better ideas on where to start looking for her, I think talking to Keen is probably our best bet.
It's an plan.
It is a
Maybe
plan.
Aye,
Technically.
Do
lead.
you think?
Joe, lead. Just lead.
Do
Okay.
you think we could try the guard Captain Stevens first, and then if he knows nothing, we go to Keen?
Were we gonna ask him? Hey, do you know this woman who's wife? This human woman who's the wife of the Orc King that's about to invade the country? You think a guard captain's gonna have a lot of tips on that? Oh, she's a necromancer. I don't know if that helps you.
Ori, I'd like you to roll insight for if you figure out if he's being snarky as fuck right now or not. There's a lot of bitch coming off of Joe right now.
Yeah, no,
so
I think it would be hard to miss. He's laying it on pretty thick. And that's a 25.
so yeah.
I'm just saying, if we're looking to get some information about petty thievery,
I agree that we should go see that guy.
Okay, let's do it.
There you go then.
Well,
there we go.
if she's involved in anything criminal, I don't know. You know what? Maybe just like, take about like 10 or 15% off the snark there or something.
All right. So he is in District 7. I have to bring up my fucking notes about this city again.
Who are we deciding we're talking to?
What?
Old
What?
Keen and the boys.
Keen.
Okay, all right, Keen. We're talking to Keen. Good.
You just bitched your way through what? What?
Want to make sure.
I
Also,
said
wasn't
fucking okay.
wasn't Keen in 9?
9. Yeah,
Yes.
he's in 9.
That's
You're
why
correct.
I asked. Jeez.
You're-
I thought
he's
the
in
guard
9.
captain was in 7.
Yeah, he is. You're correct.
Yeah, geez, come on, guys, let's get it together.
It's
Come
been a
on,
minute since
we're
I've
gonna
looked
go
at these
see-
notes myself. It's been a minute since I've looked at these notes myself. So yeah. Okay. Yes, it is 9. Right about here, if I remember correctly. Okay. You heading to town? You head there.
Your guys' plan when we came here.
They're doers. Do they look like guys with plans to you?
Usually, I just do what Bagby says.
Big brain
She's been
baggy.
really quiet lately. She must have gotten like.
Boy, I got a sore throat. I do.
I do.
She must have been really busy with like Spy Master stuff last night.
Okay.
Oh wait, I forgot we're alone on this boat. Yeah, so she must have been like really busy with like Spy Master stuff.
So you go to District 9 to the Salty Maiden.
Get some chicken and waffles.
Yeah, they have excellent chicken and waffles, if you remember. If you also remember why they call it the Salty Maiden, what do you fucking want?
Chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles and crappy beer.
Love some of that as well. And is old Geen around?
All right, in the back.
Right.
Such nice boys.
Such nice boys here to see the criminal overlord.
You hang out in the bar. Do I have that picture of the bar anymore? I don't even fucking know, man. It's been years.
It was just a bar. I mean, there wasn't really. It had a back area.
It was
Yep.
quite specific, that bar was.
It did. It had a. There was a long table pointing at back area where his circular table
Last
sat next
time
to
we saw this bar, it was drawn by hand for us because we were still meeting in person.
Yes.
Right, right.
That's what was that? 2018, 2017, something like that.
So long ago.
I think it was 60 BC.
Yes. So you sit and hang out there. Keen notices you immediately. Gets a weird look on his face. And just kind of does the
Duncan waves.
1 second thing. He's going over some stuff, whispering something at someone, writing stuff in a ledger. Closes the ledger. Come on, boys.
Oh, hey there.
Look at you.
How are you? Know?
Look at you guys.
Oh,
How you been? What the fuck?
it's been a bit trying. I'm not going to lie to you. I've had a lot of things going on, but I don't have time to be distracted by them because we've got to save the world because we're heroes.
Yeah, I remember the hero shtick from you. Yeah, I was pretty sure Shitlicker killed you. Is that not true?
No, he did not kill us.
Oh,
He
he's-
tried.
He's been
but
telling
didn't.
people he did. Oh, lying fuck.
We're right here.
Anyway, so
Wait, did we try and cover up the fact that we were over there by saying we all died?
So anyway, we need information from you.
oh, information. I got information. I know all sorts of things. You want a brochure? You want a
I'll
map
pass
of
on
the town?
brochure. We're looking specifically for a human woman
Oh, I've seen a couple of them.
who knows, who's proficient in necromancy.
Ooh, now we're getting specific. All right, sit down.
Yes.
Eat your waffles. I'm not gonna stop you.
So here's the deal. I don't know how much you want to know, to be honest. It's very important we find her.
Less is more. But do we have a physical description?
Do we? Did we ever get one?
I feel like Bagby did.
Bagby, could you pipe up and share?
Pale skin, raven hair. Used to probably was quite attractive earlier on in life, but time and the pursuit of, well, her life has worn quite heavily on her, right? Very thin, and the only other person who got whoever talked to Rumek, I think that was Joe in Crucible. Rumek also
In the bar.
gave you a little bit of a description.
Okay. So she would be here. What she would be trying to look for is information about someone known as Miracle, also known as the God of Death, or a God of Death.
Is that
that
a
helps.
pseudonym or like literal? Okay. Okay. New to town. Pale.
Newish, at least. Yeah.
Money, no money.
I imagine she would have plenty if she needed it, but she probably wouldn't be flaunting it.
Okay. Well, if she's got it, she'll use it. I'll look for that. What do I get in return for this? What are we
Well,
paying in?
We gave you a favor last time, so I imagine
So
it's
we
gonna.
could just pay you this time.
We could just pay you, yeah.
Ah, the blonde one's learning. The blonde one's learning. I do got a simple little errand. Not a big deal.
How much first?
Insight on not a big deal.
Duncan, repeat what you
Cast
said.
Zone of Truth. No, just kidding.
Duncan, would you repeat what you said?
How much first? How much?
Oh, I don't know how much I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a human woman in a Dinagod.
Try to put a value on it then. Do you want like a certain amount of money? Do you want like a per diem or something like that?
Do you really want me to invoice you at the end of it?
Oh, that'd be quite nice. Thank you.
All right, we'll start with 500 up front, you fuck.
Okay, so what's the job you needed done?
You broke, Mike.
He was trying so hard to be snarky and tough and then immediately just abandoned it. This will be good for you, especially you, Metal Man. This will be good for you. There's a military guy. Lives and works in the military district, training something. I don't know. Major Leonard Thompson. Let me look. Yep. All right. He owes a lot of money, not to me, but to a good friend of mine. He's been laying low for a little bit. You find him, you get him to either pay up or bring him in. Well, we'll call this clean.
What does he owe?
Hoy. Let's just say he put the deed to a house down that he doesn't own.
Okay. I mean, if we're going to collect, we probably need to know how much he needs to give us, right?
With interest, right now, it's $12.50.
I think the point is he doesn't have the money, so I think we're gonna have to just bring him in. I mean, that's a lot of money then.
Where do you want him brought?
Ideally here. I know it's across the entire city. And I would prefer if you didn't let the person looking for him find him first. I'm looking for my 10% on this, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, sort of a finder's fee.
Maybe we could just convince him of the glory that is the chicken and waffles here, and he would just waltz on over here.
That's possible. That's possible. You do whatever you feel is best. I'll be honest. He's, from what I hear, he's a bit of a schmuck.
So you said he's laying low. Do you know where he's at currently?
Not exactly. See, there's he's got a girl. The girl's a working girl, right? Staying at.
She's got a job then. That's very nice.
Yeah, I
It's
don't know
hard
what
to
that
get a
means.
job around here sometimes.
I'm talking to the adults real quick. Apparently he's staying at her place. I can give you a building, but it's there's a lot of apartments.
How about her name?
Layla.
Layla.
Her working name is Layla Valentine, but there's no way in shit that's her real name.
Okay. Get the address. Hopefully that means something to Crucible. If not, we may have to ask a friendly guardsman for directions.
I mean, you know, it's been a long time since I lived here.
Well, in any case, do we need anything else from Mr. Keene?
Well, I mean, it sounds like this guy, you say he's a schmuck, so this should be a, you can probably pretty much consider this done. So get to work on our stuff, and we'll get to work on yours.
Yeah, you have a great one. Do your best. And don't kill him. Good luck.
All
You
right.
schmucks.
What did he say?
Heard him.
All right. So, I guess, like, if Crucible would know, I mean, we know which district, so we get headed over there at least,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
To remind everybody, real quick. The military district is District 8. It is a very large district. The entire north of town over here, past the walls, there's one exit that way, and it's actually all like tent encampment for training. They do initial training for people. It's either people they've brought in conscripted from the Great March that are on like, this would be like shore leave kind of, but you never really stop working. And anybody who signed up willingly from the countryside itself. The go ahead and roll history. Crucible or survival. Your choice.
Mod 20.
Modified 20. Now, if you remember when you were here, you didn't spend a lot of time in the city, just because you were conscripted and you're warforged, and you didn't spend a lot of time in the city. However, you do know what building it is instantly. It used to be it was the original jail before they built the new one. It's a tower, like the Tower of London sort of thing. But they set it up so like the interior of each floor of the tower is two different like small house like apartment sort of things. It's well known, exclusively ranking officers of some sort that work for the Great March but stay here in Adina Guard, live there.
Okay.
And supposedly a working girl lives there.
Yeah, I think I know where to go to.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So let's lead them on over.
You make your way to that district. You find it. It's not hard. Large tower. And there's no like gated way in or anything like that. It's just you go in or out.
Yeah.
Now, to remind everyone what the military district is like, it is shore leave for military assholes. It's mostly bars and brothels. There's a lot of shops catering specifically, cheap blacksmiths, cheap armorers, cheap leather workers. Nobody of real talent, you know what I mean? But selling to the masses, not selling to those with true money.
Right.
And then a lot of it is just housing. So it's a very full district at all times, but not a lot of people live there long term, so it's treated very poorly. There's not a lot of pride for the district. You know what I mean? And this would be getting close to the end of the day at this point, traveling to Ara and then here and then. So, sun waning, people walking around, maybe going home, looking for food. So it's pretty busy around. What do you do?
So, we're looking for a working girl then, right?
Did anybody explain to Duncan what a working girl is?
I don't think anybody's explained it to him yet.
I was going to, but then like the moment
Okay.
passed and it wouldn't be funny anymore.
Duncan, we're not looking for like a waitress or someone who's like baking bread or someone who's like even running a shop, owning their own business.
Oh, so she
We're
works from
looking
home
for
then.
someone. When he means a working girl, what he means is somebody who gets paid for sex.
Right. Prostitute, then.
There you go. That's exactly right.
So she works from home. Right, got it.
I think she'll work anywhere she can work.
He might do house calls. We don't know.
Do you think there's a back way out of here? Maybe one of us should go back there.
It is towards the exterior of the wall. You can't see to the other side.
Or are we sending people to cover escape routes now, like we did when we were other characters being played by these same people in a very gritty, futuristic type of situation?
I'm just asking, what's the plan here?
I mean, is it a building where we could see, like, is there an alley around to the back?
Let's go find out.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, let's get a good case of the grounds there and formulate some kind of plan, since we kind of went in here a little half-cacked.
All right. So you take a look around the back. There is no other exit, and it actually butts up against the exterior wall. Not entirely, but you'd have to like squeeze to get through.
Well, doesn't look like anyone's getting out this way.
How many stories tall is it?
You see a window, a set of windows every probably 15 feet. And there are a grand total of 6 sets of windows. So it's pretty tall.
Did we get a physical description of the dude?
You did not.
Oh, God.
Well,
I would go up to, is there anybody hanging out outside of the building?
Yeah. There's always people coming and going, and we'll say that there's one person outside grilling. It's a nice evening. Why not?
I would walk up to him and go, hey there, friend. I'm
Hey.
Sorry to bother you. I'm actually not from Medina Guard. I'm trying to find a cousin of mine that moved to the city here. She I've been told she lives here. Her name, she says she changed her name to Layla Valentine or Valentine.
I don't know Valentine. I know a Layla, I guess.
Do you know? Does she live in this building?
Can I ask who you are again? Who'd you say?
Sure. My name is Joe. I'm from Krasden. If you ever been there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And how do you know Corporal Layla?
She's a cousin of mine, so she's second cousin, so not too close or anything, but.
Uh-huh. Roll persuasion.
Okay. Ooh, 23. It's a good thing paladins have a ton of charisma.
they're so good at lying and murdering.
I didn't know she had any family out there. All right, well, yeah. On 4, I think I saw her and her husband walk out.
She got married? Man.
You're not
I've
that
been out of
close,
touch
are
with
you?
her for so long. Man. What's her... You know her husband's name?
Yeah, Leonard.
Leonard. Cool. Wow. Gotta go congratulate him. So, all right. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Hey, no
Do you know
problem.
where? Do you know which one on the 4th floor?
Oh, B-side.
East side. All right. Appreciate it. Nice guy. Lied right to his face.
Okay.
All right. So once we get in the building, I'm like, yep. All right. So she's on the 4th floor, B side. Leonard is apparently posing as her husband. So Sounds like we got the right guy. He did say that she was a corporal, though. So I didn't know that. Did Keen say anything about that?
It seems like the kind of thing that he would intentionally omit.
Apparently, the adults were talking, so I'm not sure.
Jesus.
I guess Chad's in a mood for the rest of the evening.
Duncan, I know you've had a bad couple of days, but come on.
The bitch rubbed off a Morgan and flew into Chad through the internet. All right. So, yeah, you're able to just walk up, no problem. The farther you go, the less people you run into, and actually there's not many people to begin with. By the time you get up, there's basically nobody. And it's one hallway that cuts across, and there's an A and a B. 4A, 4B.
So what's our ruse for why we're just randomly showing up at this apartment?
Well, we got a couple options. We could just go in and take him.
Good old-fashioned B&E. Ending in a kidnapping, mind you.
Yes.
Which could be fun.
What we're here for?
You're a cop, Crucible!
If they're
He's
a
a dirty-
full-grown man,
he is a
it
dirty
still
cop at
kidnapping, or
best.
is that abduction at that point? Or are they synonymous?
It's kidnapping still. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also
Oh.
pure neutral, so it could be fun.
Just rolling with it then.
He did the lawful part earlier. Now he wants to do some of the chaotic part.
I gotta balance that shit out.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Who wants to talk? I guess me, since everybody volunteered at once.
Do it, but I'm just going to tell him the truth, so I don't know.
Go ahead and roll
Okay.
perception, everybody.
I would be trying to keep my voice down, by the way, while I was doing this.
Right.
But I got a 5 for that perception roll.
13.
You're working on your backstory.
I got a 12.
22.
22. Nobody else notices this because of the, nature of you're in the middle of a city. But Ori, you notice
Tweet, tweet.
you notice the sound of people walking up the stairs, but not a little amount of people, like a lot of people, a lot of people walking up the stairs behind you.
Oh, crap. Case, there's a lot of folks coming. I'm not sure how much time we have.
Quick, somebody throw a bagby at him.
Thank you very much for watching tonight. We'll be back tomorrow with Blood Moon.
Indeed.
We'll be back Sunday with A Distant Star, and it'll actually be the first one I'm running without Jay around, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So guess what? We're all going to Mexico.
You boys like Mexico?
Tuesday afternoon, we've been doing level 1 GM. That's been very good. And then, of course, we'll be back Wednesday to find out what happened to all this. I would like to give a quick shout out. Patrick did a wonderful job tonight, and I think everyone should.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was a bit winded, but
Well done, sir.
to cover some
Yeah, that
stuff.
was some fine lawyering.
Yep, definitely Patrick, and I would say Duncan too.
Yep.
Or Chad, whatever your name
Thank
is.
you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, great
Chad,
job. You both nailed
You really
it.
tugged at our heartstrings.
Chad gets so into character, he just turns
yeah,
into
so
whatever character he's playing for me.
Become that. I love that bars while that all that was going on is like he says hearsay and conjecture are types of evidence.
They are, technically.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
hearsay, conjecture, yes, conviction. Ha ha.
Hearsay technically is evidence.
They're
Like, if
they're
you-
super tangible too, used all the time.
If
He did get a
walks-
confession.
Somebody
He did
walks
get a
inside and they're covered in water, You can. It's hearsay to say that it's raining outside, but you can make a reasonable assumption that it is raining.
How about you hear what I say and shut the fuck up? See y'all later.
Goodbye.